Overpaying for anything sucks, especially socks, so why pay $45 for a single pair of grip socks when you can spend less than half? Pure Grip Socks Pro feature our best materials for optimal fit, moisture wicking, and performance at a fair price, just $16.99 a pair at puregripsocks.com.
The 2022 World Cup is almost here, and these are the boots Adidas-sponsored athletes will be wearing. Named after the ball, it's called the Al Rihla pack, with the X Speedportal, this being the plus variation, coming in this kind of like icy sky blue, borderline turquoise colorway, with kind of rainbow graphics in the form of the 3 stripes on the toe, something we haven't seen on any other colorway of the Speedportal so far. And then again, kind of a similar pattern and design to what you're going to find on the match ball, streaking across either side of the upper. With the sole plate also being finished in the same turquoise, some royal blue translucent stud tips which look quite cool, and then of course the visible carbon fiber peeking through. With the Predator Edge, this being the plus model with a soft ground stud pattern featuring a white base highlighted by some royal blue around the toe box area, which transitions into pink, and then finally red at the heel. You have the Adidas stripes again in kind of rainbow colors wrapping across the entire foot, the rubber elements in solid white, a blue Adidas detail right there in the form of the logo on the laceless system, and then even more colors across the back, with the sole plate being equally as wild, featuring all of the same colors as what you see on the border of the upper, and even matching soft ground colored studs with blue in the forefoot and red in the heel. And then finally, as well as my personal favorite of the bunch, the Copa Sense, this being the plus model featuring a black base with the same Adidas stripes as the Speedportal, kind of going across the front of the toe box and forefoot area. You have that fade from blue to red to neon yellow on this particular colorway. All the graphics found from the Al Rihla match ball as well. A little bit of a fade detail on the back of the heel. And then the sole plate, again, matches what's happening on the side, and in my opinion, just looks really cool. With all of these boots being available right now below their normal retail prices by way of some exclusive SR4U coupon codes by checking out the links down below. Here's a look at the Speedportals on feet, where I must admit I think this colorway looks a lot better against a green grass background. Nonetheless, the Speedportal Plus is probably, at least in my opinion, the most comfortable of the laceless models from the Adidas brand, but as I've talked about in past reviews, is maybe a little bit lacking in terms of lockdown when compared to other speed boot alternatives, most of which are all of which are all less expensive. For me, the lockdown, because of this laceless system that just stretches really easily, paired up with this Carbitex carbon fiber sole plate, which is a little bit on the firmer side, by design, I might add, it just doesn't pair very well, and in my opinion is a little bit of a downgrade when compared to the Speedflow Plus, which I thought was one of Adidas's best ever laceless football boots, period, speed category or not. From a width perspective, these have plenty of width and volume to the point where I do think they'll fit most people, but of course, because of the laceless aspect, they lack any sort of adjustability, so the way they fit your feet is going to be different for you compared to everybody else. For most people, however, I don't think the lockdown is going to be phenomenal, and as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you're looking to get a pair, I would strongly recommend going true to size. On feet, I think the Preds also look really good. I'm a big fan of football boots with a white base, and it really makes all of the accents pop quite nicely. Unfortunately, I just wish I liked the Predator Edge Plus more. To me, this is a pair of football boots where some questionable decisions were made in regards to the laceless system, the design of said laceless system, and the overall shape of the Pred Edge. There's too much width, there's too much volume, the laceless system provides zero tension, there's no lockdown whatsoever. Even with grip socks, my heels slide around inside of these football boots. There's just simply too much space, and the prime knit upper base you would expect to feel sock-like and somewhat soft and pliable. It is the exact opposite. It's firm, it's rigid, and lacking in any kind of softness. It's a football boot that simply does not justify its $275 price tag, unfortunately. From a width perspective, it's very wide and has tons of volume, but because of the relatively small opening due to the laceless system design, I don't think they're going to be easy for a person with wide feet to actually get them on their feet in the first place. Regardless, I just don't think the fit is suitable for the vast majority of foot shapes out there. And from a sizing perspective, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, no extra space at the end whatsoever, which I would strongly recommend if you're going for any kind of laceless boots. So if you are planning on picking these up, I would recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. And then finally, the Copa Sense Plus, which, like I mentioned, is my favorite looking of the bunch. And in general, I'm just a big fan of the Copa Sense Plus aesthetically. As far as the fit and feel is concerned, it's a really well executed design in the sense that the knitted structure through the midfoot really does hug your foot quite closely, and in general, fits really well. I like the shape through the toe box and forefoot area as well. However, that SensePod heel liner just puts a lot of pressure on your heel and can lead to blisters for a lot of people that give these a go. In general, I just don't find them to be the most comfortable through the heel, and of course, being that they are laceless, there is still that issue with lockdown. They're not the most secure football boots on the market. The heel liner for me, though, is definitely the letdown, not to mention the fact that being that this is branded as a Copa, the amount of kangaroo leather that you get on these is minimal, to say the least. So if you're hoping to buy a Copa Sense Plus to have the experience of a leather pair of football boots, it really feels more like a sock-like knitted upper rather than a leather one. As far as width is concerned, they have a snug fit. I would say if you do have wide feet, these are probably not a good option for you. But again, they're laceless, so there's no adjustability. The way they fit you is going to be different for every single person. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you're looking to get a pair for yourself, I would once again strongly recommend going true to size. If you're looking for more details on performance for any of these football boots, check out the reviews that are up on my channel. They'll provide all the information that you could possibly want. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your opinions on the Al Rihla pack. Is this a good World Cup colorway pack for the 3 stripes? Let me know your opinion down below in the comment section, and we'll see you in the next one.